Hi, and welcome to Chronicles of Yarnia, the podcast from Montclair's local yarn store. Make sure to like and subscribe us down under that away. Click the alarm bell.
Not under Kathleen.
Not under Kathleen, who is not feeling well today. Sorry, Kathleen.
It's this weather. It
is the weather. We are coming back from the snowstorm of this week. I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know. We had a snow day on Monday.
Interminable weekend.
Like, I love my family, but they were off. Like, we left, I pulled them from school early on Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and they're gone now Tuesday, a week later in school, and that's too much time.
We had a good time, mostly.
Yeah, we had a good time. I'm done with them.
You traveled.
They're done with me. Let's be real. They're done with me.
Yeah.
I'm like, stop yelling at things, and they're like, ah. Whatever. I got distracted from my normal spiel. Hi, I'm Jen.
I'm Amanda.
We're a little punchy. We're a little punchy today. We're gonna have a special guest a little bit later on.
And I've got a dash.
And
so
we just gotta run.
It's gonna be like
you can go on me. You can go on me. That's fine. I don't know what podcast number we're at. We're in the teens. 17?
No, 18.
18.
Yeah.
Oh well.
18.
But anyway.
18 podcasts.
18 podcasts. We gotta do something for like our 20th. Or 25th.
19.
You're
the 20th might be the first of 2021. No, wait. Crap. It's 2020.
2020. She's jumping ahead a year. If only the rest of us could do the same. That would be lovely. I would love that. Yeah. So let's dive in a little bit.
20 and 2020.
20 and 2020. Oh, there's your title. Yeah. Yay! Now you just have to watch this and remember it. So let's see what's going on around town. We finished up Thanksgiving. We had Black Friday and Small Business Saturday, which again, thank you to everyone who came and shopped this past weekend. We love you guys. You guys are an amazing community who supports small businesses like ours, and we really appreciate it.
Wow. And I saw a lot of projects go out the door.
Yeah.
There was so many people who came in and were like, I need to make a sweater, or I need like this. You know, like all sorts of projects. I'm going to make a scarf.
I love that. I was kind of bummed that I missed it because we were traveling. But it was funny. I would check in occasionally because we were in New Mexico, and so we were 2 hours behind. And I was like, oh, I'll just check into like our point of sale system and see how it's going. And I was like, everybody's getting such fun stuff.
Yeah, yeah. We started on Friday, 10 o'clock. We started selling the 12 Days of Winter knit-along kits. And we only take orders on the phone, over the phone, because we did have folks traveling who definitely wanted to have an opportunity to get that. So we took orders over the phone or in-store only. We don't have them online. But that meant that at 10 o'clock we had people both calling and waiting at the door.
So that's awesome!
So I was here and we had sold out of the pink color in like an hour.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, I think we still do have some of the teal blues and the greens.
Yeah. So we have Winter Night. That's the tealy, bluey, purpley
one. Yeah.
And then Evergreen, the greens. Oh, that's going to be so fun. So hopefully we still have a couple of the kits in stock now while you're watching this, but I would hop to because I think those are going to go pretty quickly. Yeah. We only had a total of 20. We only had so many.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we also have the Yarn Over New York trunk show coming up on Sunday.
Yeah. So day after tomorrow.
Yay! So come visit.
You have more time than you usually do when we say that.
Yeah.
Because our trunk shows are usually on Saturday. This one's on Sunday.
It'll be fun. So
which is great.
12 to 4 on the 9th. Is that the 9th?
Nope.
No, the 8th. The 8th.
The 8th.
The 8th. The 8th. She'll write it down here.
Yeah.
That'll be exciting because that'll be the last trunk show of the year.
Yes.
And that will have, you'll grab some skeins from that to fill in the kits.
Yep. The last color, so I'll put the colors up here. But yeah, the last color where the question mark is, that's going to be Yarn Over New York.
Oh, that's going to be so pretty. It's going to be so pretty.
Yeah.
I
can't wait.
That'll be fun. So that's the
and
biggest.
Her colors are so amazing. Have you seen her rainbows? I mean, that should just be like making your heart sing.
So I was looking at her site, and at the pictures that she sent us when I was doing the newsletter, and there was one where I was like the dusk rainbow, and I was like, I'm gonna die. I love this so much. I'm like, I can't reuse the same photo, but I can, because I love it so much. And I'm like, I realize that my taste isn't everybody's taste, but still, I get to pick.
It's
so
really nice.
It's so pretty. I'm really excited to come. I'm super excited. It'll be fun.
And she's a local dyer.
She is. She's in New York City. And I love that. That's such a great thing to do. But we also there's a bunch of other stuff going on around town. Well, the holidays and Hanukkah is coming up and Christmas is coming up. So there's a lot of like shopping.
Yeah.
The Edgemont Craft Fair.
The craft fairs.
Craft fair season. We're in craft fair season.
So if you don't have time to knit a project or make something, you can come. You can go to the craft fairs.
Yeah. I don't know if the Knitting Circle is going to the Edgemont Craft Fair this year. I know that they went previous years, and you can purchase made things, and they tend to donate to charity.
Yep.
Usually Tony's Kitchen is a really great place around town that does a lot for the community.
Hear a big call for stuff this year, but I've also not been paying attention as much either. Sorry.
I'll tell you on a personal front, my son Max will be selling his magic wands at the Edgemont Craft Fair.
Abby has one of those.
Working through some of his stock, and that is December 7th. That's Saturday from 10 to 3 p.m. So if you're there, come by and say hi. That is tomorrow. Yeah. Come by and say hi. I'll be there behind the table with Max trying to like corral. And then there's also the high school gift bazaar, which is a great one.
Yep. When is that?
That is December 10th. I want to say, is that, what day is that?
It must be a Tuesday.
It must be a Tuesday. We're going to go with a Tuesday. I believe that's the accurate date. If not, Amanda will correct me here. There we go. And Kathleen's going to be vending at the craft bazaar this year, which will be super fun. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can think of off the top of my head. But
Lacordaire has their Mission Bazaar.
Oh, so, Lacordaire has theirs.
And that's Friday, awesome. Not this week, but the next week. Yeah, so I'll put that down there too.
She'll put it right
and
here.
It's also like crafts and ready-made gifts and raffles and things like that. And there's lots of little kids shopping there because the high schoolers do all the crafts. And
so all the little kids can go.
And then all the little kids go, but they've also got stuff that's let's say beyond the pocketbooks of little kids and really meant for
grown-ups.
Yes.
So, not 50 cents.
No.
Not 50 cents.
Not 50 cents. And there's no goldfish this year.
Oh.
In years past, there were goldfish, and then somebody decided that probably wasn't nice to the goldfish. But I have to say, like, we've got 2 goldfish that are, like, 4 years old.
This is why I don't like the goldfish at the craft fair, because I would come home with goldfish, and I don't particularly care for fish. My husband and my kids do. But
I don't mind them. They just swim in the dining room, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feed them every other day when you remember.
When you remember. Poor fishies.
They lasted 4 years so far.
That's a solid time.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what's going on around town. And then we have a special guest coming.
We have a guest.
So we're going to do a little here. So we are back from Amanda's magical editing thing. And now we have Vivian. Yay! So why don't you introduce yourself, tell us who you are. Folks might already know you.
Hi, I'm Vivian Lopez. I work here part-time. If you come on Wednesday nights from 6 to 9, I'm usually the knit night person.
Yay!
So I'll be here. And then I just kind of cover whenever people need coverage. I'm not here that often. But
You're often enough. We love Vivian.
She's awesome. I love working here. So.
And then you also, we were just talking about craft fairs and some of the holiday shopping thing, but you also have a business, and you're in, because I just saw when I was away.
Yes.
So tell us what you're bringing in.
That's actually one of the things on my needles right now. Nice. So I recently opened an online store called A Celebration in Stitches, and I do hats and cowls and fingerless mittens, maybe headbands, ear warmers, and it's all, they have infinity signs that are rainbow colored for neurodiversity acceptance, and I also do puzzle piece hearts, and that's also for autism acceptance. So I have a daughter who is autistic, and it's very important to me to spread awareness and, more importantly, acceptance for people who are autistic, and so I'm trying to do that through my knitting, and it's called A Celebration in Stitches because I'm celebrating neurodiversity with my stitches.
I love that.
Wait, you have some?
I have one on the needles.
Can you show it?
Oh,
Yeah, show.
Okay.
But also, your work is now at Cornerstone.
Yes.
Right?
So this is one of the neurodiversity symbols.
Ooh, I
and
love
it. kind
it.
of goes
Look at that.
across. And I think it's going to be a slouchy hat. It's kind of, you know, one of those cobbler things where the cobbler's kids have no shoes. I realize I don't have a hat, so this is going to be mine. Lots of pink on the bottom.
I love it.
Thank you.
Did you do that stranded?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. So
Because a lot of times you're like the duplicate stitch
Yes.
queen, which I've never done, and I'm just like amazed at
I've
your-
done a lot of
Yeah.
duplicate stitching.
Yeah.
Yes.
This looks so great.
Thank you.
I'm going to show it up a little closer, and Amanda might take photos.
Yes,
Yeah.
so we are recently started selling some hats for hats right now at the general store at Cornerstone in Montclair, which is on Bellevue Avenue.
Yep.
And they're
Bellevue and what? Wait, where's that?
Bellevue and Northview, right by me. So it's on
So,
Bellevue.
like, between Park and Valley.
Between Park and Valley.
Okay.
And they have it's a great little general store. They have like a lot of like cool local stuff,
It's like
regular
across from
stuff.
TS Mall.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly
Yeah. Okay.
across.
But they also have like really great like gifties and
Yeah.
candy for kids. And
Yes.
it's a good stocking stuffer kind
Oh,
of
cool.
store.
Yeah, and
gifts.
one of the fun things about it, when I went to drop off my hats, you probably saw this on my Instagram post, was that I found out that a lot of the things that are sold there are made by people who are disabled.
Oh, I didn't know
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yes, it's
Oh.
amazing, and actually they hire people who are disabled. I don't think it's just people who are autistic. I mean, obviously that's my focus, but
Right.
but a lot of people who work there are disabled. And it's not just at the general store, but the whole Cornerstone building.
Yeah.
They have an inclusive movement center for everyone of all abilities, and they have like an artist kind of area where they teach art and help people learn how to do art, and they also sell art made by people who have different kinds of abilities, and there are speech therapists, there's a parent coach, there's a community room where people who are disabled
Wow.
can socialize. Yeah, so you can really, they really are pushing inclusion for everybody,
I love that.
which is great.
That's
I
good.
love that.
Which
They're
is why
so great.
I'm so happy my hats are being sold there.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Why don't we go with what else you have on your hands?
That's a lot of things. I'm one of those people that I feel antsy if I only have one thing.
I totally
on my
get that.
nails. So this is
I just get
one.
bored with something.
I know. Or I get distracted and I'm like, do I really need to do those sleeves right now? I don't think I do. I think I maybe need to start an entirely different sweater and not do those sleeves.
I have the Knitter's Dude. Which
Oh my
is-
gosh, you've made so much progress.
Oh,
Yes.
this is the Yarnia Club project right now.
This is the Knitter's Dude by Andrea Rangel. I'm not sure if I said that correctly. But so I'm on the yoke.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh, you've done this so fast.
It was...
We're
you
hiding
know,
Vivian behind me.
That's
hiding
okay.
Vivian. Here.
Hopefully it'll fit me. Yeah, once you guys did the Soldotna knit along, I was like, I can make sweaters, and so I kind of jumped
Oh,
into
wow.
making sweaters.
I love
You
it.
did jump in.
You jumped in hardcore because you and Beth are doing this.
Yes, Beth is
Um,
we're doing a knit along together.
You're doing a knit along and you're both steeking?
Yes, this was I was not going to do the steeking one. I was going to do the back and forth one. And
Right.
Beth convinced me to do the steeking one. So I'm a little nervous about that, but you can
it's
see
gonna be
right
so
here is where
fun.
we're going to steek right down the middle.
Right.
I
Yeah,
love
so
it. That's what the alternating color stripe.
here. And maybe I'll put picture. And
It's very nerve-wracking.
It is, but it's so fun because it makes such a satisfying noise when you cut it. You're
Oh.
that sounds horrifying.
I know,
I haven't
it's not-
steeked before.
I haven't either.
It's so satisfying.
Just
We
the
have a
idea.
steeking class coming up.
Yes.
We do.
January or beginning of February.
And late January. I want to say it starts January 18th with Evelyn, and it's the Flea, a ladies cardigan, steeking class. So
Yeah.
a lot of brave knitters.
I'm going to knit along with that class. That's my...
That'll be your steeking.
Yeah. That's it.
So are you going to, have you decided yet how you're going to reinforce that for us this?
Oh, because it's 100% wool and...
Wait, which yarn is this?
Oh yeah, what yarn is it?
Oh, so
What yarn is
the
that?
cream color is the Germantown.
That's where the cream went.
That was
Amanda and
me.
I were just talking about, she's like, there's one cream left and I need it. And I'm
That was
like,
me.
I think Vivian has the rest.
I have many.
I love it.
And then
Right.
the other two colors are the Maxima.
So the
Manos
green?
Maxima.
Oh,
Maxima and the red.
This is
Those are the
Oxblood.
pink.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
Oxblood and pink.
Isn't this great?
It's
It's
That makes a great
so
sweater.
beautiful. I'm squishing
I'm wearing
your sweater.
Maxima too.
Are you? I'm
Yeah.
gonna pet your arms. Oh, it's nice.
Oh. You
It's
did
nice
a
to work
tubular cast
Yes.
on too. Look how nice that looks.
Thank you.
I love it. I love a tubular cast on.
They told us to do a tubular cast on. I'm not
Well-
brave enough to mess with people's patterns yet.
Well,
Oh,
and
I'll
that's-
mess with it.
I would much rather do a tubular cast on than a tubular bind off. So to do a
It's
bottom
nicer.
up sweater,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And be able to do the tubular cast on instead of get to the bottom and have to sew a tubular bind off, which is a
I
little
know.
bit of a pain from my perspective.
You're so
This is great.
close to being
I
done.
am. It was, so again, this is like really my second sweater. So when I had to combine everything to make the yoke, that was a little difficult, but it's good. We're good now.
It looks beautiful. And like your decreases are, it looks gorgeous. I'm so
Thank
excited
you.
to see how it's going to come out.
Oh, me
And
too.
I love this kind of sleeve because I always have trouble when I'm picking up in the round, like the corner bits.
Yeah.
It's a little holy.
Yeah.
But when you do like this, you just mattress stitch it together and it looks perfect. All your stitches line up.
Yeah,
I
everything's
love.
happening. Mattress stitch or Kitchener?
I mattress stitched mine.
I think
No, I Kitchener.
the pattern says
It's
Kitchener.
Kitchener, because if you have live stitches to live stitches, then it's Kitchener, then you can't
Oh, these are
ever
live
see.
stitches.
Yes.
Those are
Oh, mine are-
live stitches.
Oh, mine are.
Then you don't get a seam, and it stretches.
You can't see a mattress stitch.
Yeah, but you can feel it.
Y'all are Princess and the Pea type people, okay?
I just like the magic trick of having it basically look completely invisible, and that like there's no seam. How did you do it?
I'm super happy with my mattress stitched underarm sleeves on my what is it? The yoke sweater.
Oh yeah, the
Marius.
There we go.
Marius. It looks awesome. I love it. I'm super happy with that.
I love
But anyway,
it.
y'all Kitchener.
Yeah.
I Kitchener, but I like Kitchener.
And I don't mess with the designer.
You're
really.
like,
makes
I'm gonna
sense.
do what
I
I'm
try
told.
to. This is only my second sweater. They tell me what to do. That's what I do.
It looks fantastic. It really does.
Thank you.
What else do you have on your needles?
Wait, I'm gonna go.
Oh
Yes,
wait, Amanda's
no, you
gonna go because Amanda has
I have
to go.
Do you want
like
me
for
to-
real.
Yeah, you can
That's
put it
fine.
there.
Okay.
I'll just cut it.
I have. So all I've been knitting is Germantown.
I know how
But-
that is.
Just like this.
Yeah, basically. I was telling Jen on Thanksgiving, like I had a plan of what I was going to start on Thanksgiving morning, and the day came, and my brain was so shot. It was like what I had to cook and start and plan and sequence and all that kind of stuff. I was like, I just want to knit blanket squares.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I knit blanket squares.
Ooh, you knit a bunch.
Yeah.
A lot.
Well, I have 48 to do. Well, no, I had 48 in January to do.
Okay.
And now I have 6 of the last one, and I think I have 12 left.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to do a square?
2 hours.
All right, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And it's a good mindless knit, so you can like
Yeah.
soothe yourself from the stress and chaos of
Yes.
the holidays.
Yeah, no, it's great. And you feel like you accomplished something. It's like, check, check, check.
Yeah.
No, that's good. And then I was feeling like a little more ambitious or coherent on Saturday. So when I was here maybe 4 weeks ago, I had like a killer migraine. well, it wasn't like the worst that I have to go and sleep, but it was enough to be annoying, and where you get like, it gets worse as the day goes on. So I was like not looking at screens. I wasn't working on the computer, which I often do while I'm here. So I just colored charts.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, so I printed out some graph paper, and I think I'd mentioned before that I wanted to make cowls for the crossing guard and for our groundskeeper at school, who lets the kids, he stands outside all winter, any weather, and lets the kids in and out of the car in the morning. So nice. Yeah, which a lot of times he has to like grab Eric by the back of his coat and drag him back to get his backpack, you know, like my kids.
You forgot everything.
Yeah. You deserve a cow.
Yeah. You earned that one.
So, I'm working on Tin Can Knits Anthology, because I was looking for a worsted weight cowl that was color work, that was like close. You know what I mean?
Right. Not a big wrap it around twice kind of thing.
Yeah, and that was unisex. So, Anthology is great, and it's a free pattern by Tin Can Knits. It's like a recipe. Basically, yeah, they tell you how many to cast on, how many rows to do, and that's it. And then they have like 5 pages of charts in the back, and you can like design your own colorwork charts, and it's super fun. So I'm not like, this is the first charts I've ever designed. So I started with it, and then I just started like, this isn't necessarily from that, because I wanted a little bit bigger feature in the middle. But yeah, I just like got ideas from that, and it was coloring boxes and seeing how I liked it.
It's so fun to do that.
So that's your own.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so neat.
Right, it was fun. So I did
holiday
this, and so that was this one.
Oh, I love it. I love the little like scoopies.
Yes.
Right.
At the top, the scallops.
Yeah, so this is
so
for,
pretty.
This is the ladies one. That's for our crossing guard.
And that's so pretty and so classic in the Germantown. I feel like that is...
Yeah, and it's warm because it's double layer.
Ooh.
Right?
That's beautiful.
I even got fancy and did 3 rows. 2 rows have 3 colors in 1 row.
Look at you, fancy pants.
Are super fancy.
Woo.
I know.
And it took me like 2 days of my days, which is like 2 hours at night. So like maybe 4 or 5 hours.
Well,
it's 41 rows.
And that's also a great way to do, like, if you're not sure if you want to do, like, a colorwork sweater.
Oh.
There's your swatch.
You could totally swatch, yeah.
You swatch in the round to make a little coordinating cowl, and then, or give it away.
Yep.
There you
Keep
go.
it or give it.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And so then I started this one, which I liked the design. See, I did this kind first.
I like the snowflakey.
But then I wanted to rotate it, so I rotated it.
Oh, I like it.
To be, like, more Norwegian starry,
Yeah.
actually. And I did this one, which I thought on this paper looked a little patriotic. Which
It
is okay.
does.
Right.
It's a little flaggy.
Yeah, because I have the wavy things.
Yeah.
And the star, whatever. But once I started knitting it, because I did the background in the blue with the white contrast, and it is totally not. I mean, it's still red, white, and blue.
Right. But I feel like that reads closer to like the Marius, where it's like the classic Norwegian colors they often use for Norwegian sweaters are red, white, blue, and really red, white, blue. But then just even the color swap on the background.
Yep. I like it.
I love it.
So I use the natural here. That's the natural here. This is the same blue that I'm using for my blanket squares.
Pretty.
This green on this is the teal, the new teal that came out this fall.
I love that new teal.
Right? I love
that.
I
love it.
I was thinking about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember when you were picking colors and you were like...
And then I was going to use this maroon, which I like a lot. So I was going to do, that's the maroon that's in this. Right. And so I was going to do these 3. But then I was looking at it and I thought this didn't have enough contrast with the blue. So I picked up this, which I normally wouldn't pick up, but like a cherry red.
I like the red.
Or tomatoey red, actually. And that red was a really nice contrast.
That's enough contrast.
Like that worked a lot better. So yeah.
It just has a little brighter pop.
Yeah, that worked well. Even one strand, like even one row in the blue pops out enough.
Yeah.
So I think, and then I was telling Jen, I brought my son yesterday, and I said you could pick any. Yeah. So I told my son you can pick any yarn in the whole store, not sport or fingering, and I'll make you a winter hat. And so he looked around. He looked at every shelf, and guess what he picked? Germantown.
Good job, Eric.
So he wants. That'll be probably my whip next week. Is he wants a hat out of these four.
Aww.
Which Jen was like, "That's crayons."
It's totally crayons. Yeah.
So that's a 5-year-old hat choice. If anybody's wondering what's cool with a 5-year-old,
crayon spectrum.
Yeah. Ta-da!
Love it. That'll be really cute. He'll be really sweet.
But I'm still knitting with Germantown, and I love
You're all
it.
Germantown all the time.
It feels so good, especially after you block it, right?
I love Germantown. Oh, it's so squishy.
It is nice after you block it.
It's really nice, and I have to say, it wears really well. I made mittens last year for Ollie, my younger son, out of the Germantown. And first off, that skein was like never ending. Like I got a hat, I got mittens, I got another pair of mittens. It was like, this just keeps going. And he lost one of them in Carline, which we found 2 days later, like trampled in the mud. And I washed it, and it was like brand new.
Yeah.
Brand new. I mean, I didn't, obviously it's a feltable wool, so I didn't like throw it in the dryer or anything like that. I just washed it with some soak and then laid it flat, and I was like, oh my god, this is magic.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Wool, like, sheds dirt.
Yeah.
Right? So, that's good. Oh, and I tried this on. It fits me great. I also made Jeff try it on because the groundskeeper is a guy and is more proportioned like Jeff. Jeff's like, I bet you know everybody's head circumference in town on site. I'm like, what?
She's got it written in her phone.
Yeah. So I made my husband try it on, and it fit him too.
Perfect.
Oh, good.
Like, same one.
Perfect.
So, yay.
Yay.
So that's my Germantown pile.
I love it.
And now...
I love it. Do you want to hop to finished objects, and then you can edit or not edit as
yeah,
you see fit?
Sure. Well, I probably won't edit, but I'll just add it real quick. I'll do a
we're
quick...
zigging and we're zagging.
Yeah, because I've got to go to a physical therapy appointment for my back. Yeah, so today I'm wearing my Storm Tracker.
I love it.
Beautiful.
By Alicia Plummer. I loved this sweater. I love the design down the arms.
So nice.
And when the Maxima came in this teal, I was like, I'll do a sample.
I don't blame you.
So yeah, so this one has been in the store. This is a store sample, but I saw it over there when we were recording last time. I'm like, I should wear that on the podcast.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, I love it, and
it's
I
gorgeous.
like tight
Feels
sleeves.
really nice
Mm-hmm.
too.
So yeah, and this is the same Maxima that you have there, right?
Yes.
Definitely not superwash.
No.
But it's a single ply worsted, which isn't a very common.
No, you don't see that very often.
So it creates like a nice, smooth, fuzzy fabric.
It's really beautiful. And it's such a beautiful pattern,
I'm
too.
actually
It's
surprised. It's been hanging here for a while. I don't think you've gleaned this.
I don't think I've gleaned it.
And it's not pilly.
No. It's held up really nicely.
So.
I think when you knit a single ply loosely, it tends to pill. Or wear it a ton, it'll pill a lot more. But if you knit it a little bit dense, that gives a little bit more structure. Plus, also, I think the Maxima is just a really lovely.
It's really lovely.
It's really nice to work with.
I feel like it looks a little watercolory.
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It's got a little movement to
It's a
it.
little mermaid like.
I know.
Scales going down.
Ha! Cool.
It is mermaidy. It's your mermaid
And then the very last thing, this is an old finished object, but I was wearing them, so I figured I'd show them off. These are my Speedy Selbu mitts.
Yes.
By Skeindeer. This was part of she has a Selbu mitten club every fall. So these were the first mitts in last fall's. I have this fall's too. Angie just came out with a whole set of 5 Speedy, like, heavier weight ones. Yeah. This was my first colorwork project ever.
Wow.
They were super fast, even being my first, and when I did colorwork to start with, I didn't know how to hold them both at the same time, so I'd have to, like, put one down to the right, pick up the one to the left, knit and so this whole back,
that must have taken
it's
forever.
alternating stitches. Wow. But it's still only, like,
only like
12
30
stitches across, so, because it's super thick.
I gotta say, I still sometimes just do the pick up and put down, pick up and put down.
Sure.
Like,
Especially with thicker yarns.
Yeah. Because you can do it.
And so long as
Still
you
works.
keep the contrast color on the left and your main color on the right.
Yep. And that's because of yarn dominance. So if you always pick up from whatever you pick up from underneath, or whichever color you hold in your left hand, or just keeping it on the left, that one travels a little bit further, so the stitches are a little bit bigger, which makes them kind of pop forward a little bit more. So that's your motif color, is the one that you want to come out more. Is your background color you want to keep to the right.
Right.
Or on top.
Whichever one you want to come to the front. So this one I actually had holding my burgundy to the left.
Yeah.
Right? But then you can't see what is the background color because it's got like these little lines in between in the star.
Yeah.
You can't see it because they recede so much. So actually I swapped my left and right here. And so the top star is much more clear.
Yeah. You can see
that. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's weird how it's like you think it's not going to make a difference until you actually see like on Amanda's mitten.
Yeah. I'll take a picture. But this is the Surrey Singles.
Oh yeah.
By Salt River Mills.
Yes.
Which we carried when we first opened. We still have, I think, just 3 skeins of this one.
Just a few.
Yeah. But I was looking around at what else would go really well in these.
Oh, yeah.
And I think this Stargazer brushed would make some really nice. Right?
Nice.
I love this color combo.
I picked up that one. And then this would be like more classic.
I like that color combo too.
Yeah.
I know. I like them both. And this is, Stargazer brushed is 85% baby llama and 15% nylon. And it's a little bit fuzzy.
Yeah. And this is alpaca wool.
Ooh.
So,
but these would also be super warm.
Yeah. There's. Right? I wore these in the snow because I had to walk to Kumon to pick up my kids' stuff yesterday. While it was snowing. I didn't want to drive. I wore these. My fingers were warm.
I love that.
And it was below freezing.
Yeah.
Right?
It was cold and windy.
Yes. Yeah. And my fingers like a little on the toasty side.
Yeah.
Which was perfect.
Right.
Alpaca and stranded colorwork, man.
Mittens are warmer than gloves. True fact.
Mittens are totally warmer than gloves. The gloves are a pain in the ass to do.
Well,
I think.
But yeah, you want warm fingers, wear mittens.
Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
I'm gonna go.
So everyone say goodbye to Amanda, and Vivi and I will continue. So we're gonna go back to On the Needles, because I know you have more.
I have
Show off.
one more. I think I brought just one more.
Okay.
So I went on a sweater knitting extravaganza.
Oh my goodness!
And this is another one that I've been working on, but I went a little too far with it. So this is...
There's no such thing as too far.
This is Astor by Norah Gaughan, I guess.
Gaughan. Oh my goodness, Vivian!
And I wanted
this is beautiful.
A giant chunky sweater with pockets.
Oh my gosh, it has pockets?
Yes.
Oh.
So I was like, I made this Soldotna. I can do another sweater. So I didn't want to lose it. So I stuck it in the pocket.
Just in case.
So it was going nicely, but
oh, it's beautiful.
I actually, and I think this is my sweater knitting inexperience, I sized for the bust size, but didn't think about the length. And I'm short. So I think
it's too long?
A little bit too long. Like, I could probably take out one whole...
one whole repeat.
Yeah, one whole repeat, and that would be good. But
this is knit in... Oh.
Yeah, I seamed it.
Oh. But it's so pretty!
But I want it to be for me.
How long is it?
It's a repeat long. There aren't any sleeves yet.
So?
Oh my goodness.
You've got the yarn in the pocket?
Yep. So... And actually, this is supposed to... Thank you.
No problem.
This is supposed to be knit all in pieces, but I didn't want to do that, so I actually picked up on the shoulder and did short rows. So it's kind of big.
It's kind of big.
So I want it to come up a little so my hands could be in the pockets.
Yeah, it's like a repeat too long.
Yes.
But you know what? Like, if you want like a big squishy sweater,
which is, I wanted this to like wear at home or. But
it's really cute.
Thank you.
It's really cute because, like, you can like wrap it, you can tie it, you can throw a jewel button
little
closure
jewel on there, right? But I was like,
It's
How do
a
I
little
make
bit
it
long.
shorter?
You're gonna, yeah.
I know.
Frogging.
I know. And I was like, I already got to the sleeves and I seamed it.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
But it was a very fast knit.
I love it.
And I got to use some of my stash, so.
I mean, if you do frog it, you wouldn't have to frog it all the way, right? You would only have to, it's knit in pieces, right?
Right.
Okay, so you would have to undo the seams. And then you would have to go down to like here, right? Like if this is the top.
So it was like right front, back, left front.
Right front, back, left front. So like you would have to go below the armholes. So here we go. And just stop it like right here, right? You would only have to frog part of it.
The other problem is that I did this, but I also had to seam together the neck to the back to this. So I was like, huh.
So is this border, this border is knit in, but it's seamed to the back.
Yes.
And it's seamed along the back.
Right.
So yeah, so you would have to take out the seams. But you wouldn't lose all of your knitting. If anything, you would only have to re-knit like maybe a foot. Not even a foot, because actually but the thing is like if you take it down a foot, but you cut out 6 inches, then you're only re-knitting 6 inches.
That is true.
Right? So then you would just have to do the armhole shaping again.
Yeah.
So you could you'd have to undo the seams though. But you wouldn't have to redo the pockets. You wouldn't have to redo much of this. You would only really lose this much knitting, but you'd only have to redo. You'd lose this much knitting, but you'd only have to redo that much knitting.
That's true.
Right?
I just have to figure out where I seamed it and undid it. But
Did you do mattress stitch?
Yes.
Mattress stitch rips out easy. Did you seam mattress stitch with the tail?
I don't think I cut out anything yet.
Yeah. So no. So here's your mattress stitch right here.
And I also did a different color at some points because I was like, oh well,
that's even easier to pick out.
I might need to rip it out at some point. So.
But here's your other tail right here.
Yes.
This is your other mattress stitch. So you could just pull like that.
Right, and pull it out.
And then just pull it out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the nice thing about mattress stitch, but you'd have to take out your sleeve. I mean, I would say do it now before you do the sleeve. Just like tear off the Band-Aid, man.
And then like,
or you let it sit for like 2 years and then do it.
Well, but I'll have a dude.
So nice.
I'll have finished my dude, and
I know. Or you ignore it and finish your dude.
Yeah. Well, so
I love it.
I started this and the dude around the same time, just because I finished this little dot.
Because you're like, now I'm a sweater knitter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna knit all the sweaters.
I'm gonna have more than one sweater.
I'm gonna have 8 sweaters. This is how it happens. This is what happens. This is what happens.
Yeah. Well, it's happening.
It's happening
to
now.
me.
But you know what? Like, it's so pretty.
Oh. Well,
so if you do the surgery and then you're happy with it.
I definitely don't like how long it is. So
yeah, it's
I would
a
have
little
to.
long.
I would have to redo it, but I don't know if I'm there right now.
Yeah.
It might be like
because,
way in the future.
Because this is knitted in, like what I would also suggest, because it's something that I've done to shorten things, but it's only really good for a stockinette that doesn't have any form of ribbing or texture pattern, is to snip a stitch, like cut it out, basically. Like you snip a stitch down here, you snip a stitch here, and then you take that chunk in between out, and then you Kitchener them back together. That's an easy way to do it, but it only works on stockinette or garter.
That's easy.
It's easier than being like, I finished the sweater and now I gotta rip it out.
Yeah, that is true. You're right.
Mentally easy.
Yeah.
Not easy per se, but you can't really do that with this really pretty rib texture.
Yeah, I mean, it went so quickly.
I love it though.
I do too. It's just really big.
It's just a little big.
A little big on me.
Yeah. Length is hard. Length is always hard, I feel like.
And I think part of that is just, oh, I made a sweater. Now I'm a sweater knitter, and I'll just follow how it goes.
Fit's tricky.
Yeah, I probably should measure myself.
But the rest of it, I mean, other than the length, like if you just like folded up like the 6 inches that was too long, the rest of it looks great.
I like it. Yeah, I like how loose and comfortable it is. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that.
I think you're gonna have to do that.
But I didn't realize that until I seamed it, because then I could see how long it was. And I was like, oh, that's pretty long.
Crap.
Yeah.
I'm screwed.
Just a little bit more harsh than that, but yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
Amanda will beat me out. But at least it won't be just me. Vivian, too. Do you have anything else on the needles?
I have one. Well, it's not on the needles. No, I think that's it.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, what do I have on the needles? Oh, I only have one thing on the needles. I'm still working on it because I did not bring this with my travels. The Magnolia sweater. I am picking up things. There we go. I finished the body, so I finished the lace, which, let's see if you can see, it's
so pretty.
It's got nups.
I love it.
Little bobble thingies. And then I had to do a little bit of math when it came to the length, because it was like, the lace is 6 1/4 inches, and the final sweater was this long, and I was like, I don't want it that long. I want it a little shorter.
Oh, you're supposed to do that?
How we learn. I've shortened a lot of sweaters where I've made them way too long, and I'm like, I don't like where that hits. And then I didn't do the ribbing quite as long as I was supposed to.
I love this.
And now I'm on the sleeves, and I just started the lace on the sleeves, which again I had to do math because I wanted 3/4 sleeves. And these are a little dropped because the yoke comes down a little bit further, because I did try it on. And I'm on my last skein of both the mohair and the fingering. I'll have more than enough fingering. So this is Magnolia by Camilla Vad, I want to say. She also has Magnolia Chunky, a Magnolia Cardigan, a Magnolia hat that all has the same lace motif. And this is in a fingering and a mohair, kid mohair silk held together. This is from Deep Stash. You do. So there's like,
nice.
In the lace repeat, there's like a little four bobble situation going on here in the middle of the magnolia flower, and then there's like yarn overs and stuff to make leaves.
Oh, it's a flower.
It's a flower. It took me a while, especially when I was knitting it. I was like, what is this? And then I was like, oh wait, it's a flower, so you can see it a little bit better.
Now I can see.
And some of my noops, the bobbles are a little bit more prominent than others, but I keep yanking on it to make the other ones. But
and is the pattern a full length or short sleeve, or?
It has both.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna do 3/4 sleeves. The 3/4 sleeves or the full length sleeve pattern that I'm adjusting. It has the lace motif here.
Oh, that's pretty.
And so the short sleeves are just like elbow length, which is not a flattering look on me. But if I do run out of yarn, I'll rip it back and make like cap sleeves.
Oh, that'd be
which
cute.
I prefer.
Right at the top here? With
Just like a little...
Yeah, that would be cute.
Kind of like the Soldotna, where it's like when you divide for the sleeves, and then you just add some ribbing. Pick up.
Just add some lace.
Add some lace. Maybe add a little lace. But
it looks amazing.
It's really like very light and very fluffy. And I kind of want to... I don't tend to repeat sweater patterns often, but I kind of want to do another one in the fairy floss, the kid mohair and silk lace weight knitted wit, because I love that.
It's beautiful.
So pretty.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
But I gotta get this one done first. I'm hoping I'll get this done before the holidays. Right now it's kind of the only thing I'm working on because I finished up a couple of things. Although I have one more thing, which it's not on the needles yet, but I'm gonna do yet another fur cowl. This makes 5, 4. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
It's
definitely more than 3.
More than 3. It's a gift for a friend. So, but this should not take very long.
No.
At least I'm varying colors.
That's true.
That doesn't happen often.
But it is gray.
But it is gray. My palette. I've been wearing gray. No, I'm wearing black and white and brown today. So it's like awesome, my palette. I like neutrals. / I wear neutrals. So that's really all I have on the needles at the moment. let's go to finished objects.
Okay. Do you want to start?
Oh, I'll start. So, first one I'll do is I am wearing, and I think I've worn this before, and I think I've talked about it before, but this is the Carbeth Cardigan.
Oh, right.
It's
I
cropped.
love the jewel.
I love the jewel buttons. So, Carbeth with some
pretty.
jewel buttons, which I really like because I cannot commit to a decision and I hate sewing on buttons. So, the jewel buttons, you just pop them through and screw them on the back, and they're like these leather, like cool, a little industrial looking.
Yeah.
And it works really well with the Carbeth Cardigan. Has I-cord buttonholes that are just right on along the edge. So it was very easy. And I made this out of, what did I make it out of? Cascade Eco Wool, and I steeked it. So you can see like that little contrast. See? I did the crochet thing, and it's held up really well.
In a very pretty contrast color with sparkles.
With sparkles, because it's what I had on hand and I didn't want to go upstairs.
I don't blame you. Again, I
but
would do that too.
This is pretty!
It is pretty.
So I actually do, even though I just said I don't really repeat sweater patterns that often, I think I want to make another one of these in something that is a little bit more gray.
Oh.
Shocker.
Surprise!
Shocker. Because I feel like this is actually one of my most worn sweaters. I'm a bit fuzzy.
I love that brown though.
I like this brown. I feel like it's very wearable,
Yes.
like gray brown. But that's also why I'm like, you know what else I would wear? I would wear a gray one. I'm like, really? I would wear a black one. But I'm not doing it in black because
Yeah.
I can't do that. So I was thinking maybe I would do like the Spud and Chloe sweater, which is 50 wool, 50 cotton, and a bulky weight.
That's
And there's a
nice.
really pretty gray right behind it, right there. But then I would not steek it because it's cotton. So then I would have to actually commit to purling back, and that's what
It's stopping you?
That's a drag on cardigans. I find that a drag. But I really do love these jewel buttons.
I do too.
And I would totally, if I do another one, I would totally do the jewel buttons.
Or you could just take those
I
off.
could actually just take these off and then just be
Put
like,
them on the other one.
put them back on.
Yeah.
Or just use one. What else do I have? I also, shocker, it's gray. We talked about this a little bit before, and I think before
Yes.
I actually finished the buttons and the
Ooh.
buttonholes. So this is the Felix Cardigan by Amy Christoffers in Alegria Grande, Manos de Uruguay. I may have written foil. It's not foil. No, wait. I keep thinking it's coal, but it's foil. It is foil.
And it says foil.
It says foil, which means
There
I
you go.
clearly can't keep things straight. This pattern I feel like is everywhere right now. You can see there's a pullover and there's a cardigan option in this little lace detail. This was a super quick knit. Like, I cranked that out pretty quickly. And I'm even alternating skeins because the Alegria was a very contrasty hand dye. Where the skeins that I had were very light on one hand and very dark on the other side. So it's a little bit stripy, but I really like how it turned out.
It looks gorgeous.
Yeah,
And I like the buttons you picked.
I love these buttons. I don't know if you can see them very well. So these are some new buttons that we just got in.
They're so pretty.
And they're so pretty. They're like this kind of gray. Shimmery,
But
metallic.
shiny. Yeah,
imprints.
shimmery.
But I think it works really well.
It
So
does.
this is a store sample, so if anyone wants to pop in and see how the Felix fits, I actually knit this 2 pattern. I did not change a dang thing, including tubular bind off and cast on, but really I would have done that anyway.
So it's a good pattern for
It
you.
is a good pattern for me. I was like, oh look, you do the things that I like. Oh, how nice, I don't have to change anything.
It came out really, really nicely.
Thank you. I'm very happy with it. So you guys can always come in and try it on. I knit the 48-inch bust size, which is close fitting on me and would have a nice, comfortable amount of ease for anyone smaller than me. But it's a great pattern. It had a lot of sizes, and I was like, maybe I'll do a pullover because I really like the lace detail. It's really pretty. It's just a little yarn overs.
I like the patterns that have several sizes that you don't have to do math. Like Tin Can Knits patterns are fabulous because of that.
I love Tin Can Knits patterns where you can just be like, you know what, I want a smaller sleeve. I'm going to do the sleeve for the slightly smaller size.
Yeah, totally.
Or you don't have to worry about hitting the upper end or the lower end, you know, depending on what you want. I do love that. So that's the Felix. And then I also did...
Ooh, what's this?
This is a new store sample, but an old favorite pattern. So this is the Stormy Sky Shawl by, I wrote it down, from Life is Cozy. And I did this in Findlay DK, which is 50% wool, 50% silk.
It's so nice.
We had a sample in this in a yarn that we don't have much. It was a spring yarn. So I figured, you know what, we should do a sample in something that's a little bit more wintry, that could be holiday, because this has got a little bit of a sheen to it, but it could also be a transitional piece. This did not take very long.
I feel like this would be a very good like first lace knit pattern.
Yes.
Or like sampler, because you have, you know, just like a couple yarn overs, some drop stitch, like nothing too crazy.
Nothing hard, nothing too crazy where you're just like, oh, I want lacing, I want open.
Right. But it looks dramatic, even though it's not too crazy.
And it was a really easy pattern. It's basically, you have bands of garter, and then bands of yarn over, and then bands of garter, and then bands of the drop stitch. And it was really easy to memorize the pattern, or at least like reference back. And the way that, it's a free pattern, the way that she's written it, you start at the small end, and then you just increase on one side going out. And you can end it whenever you run out of yarn, as long as you end on a garter stitch. So I did
Sounds
this.
Good.
Yeah. Like, when did I cast on for this? The Tuesday? I cast on for this last Tuesday, and then I finished it in about a week. I mean, it's DK weight. It's knit on 8s. You could adapt this to be fingering weight. I know one of our students in the intermediate class is doing this in the fingering, and that's going to take a little bit longer because she's got a lot more smaller stitches.
How many skeins did you use?
I used 3 skeins, and Findlay DK this is Findlay DK in the green, which is really pretty, and I think if I had made it for me, I would probably have gone with the green. It is 50 wool, 50 silk, and it's a 50-gram skein with 131 yards. So I used 3 50-gram skeins, and honestly, I could have gone further. But any kind of triangular shawl like this, like your first skein gets you real far,
right? And
your second skein gets you a little farther, and your third skein gets you like 2 stripes.
And then you're like, oh, okay, I'm done.
Then you're like, I think I'm done. I have a little bit left over that I think I'm going to do a tassel here, which she calls for in the pattern, and a tassel there.
Oh, that would be cute.
Which I think will be nice, and just give it a little bit of weight.
Yeah.
But, like, it drapes really nicely. So, like...
And the stitch definition is fantastic in that yarn.
Really, like... So, yeah, but, like, the stitch definition is really nice, and, like, the silk is drapey. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it. I feel like this is a good... I'm cold special event.
Yeah.
Or just every day.
Or really anytime.
Really anytime. And again, this one, once I get the tassels done, will be in the store. I blocked it yesterday. And I do love lace because it dries so quickly when you block it. And I did stretch it out to a fairly well. I used blocking wires so the edges would be straight. And forced my children to help me on their snow day. I was like, hand mommy some pins. They're like, I just want to go outside.
You can go outside when you hand me the pins.
Right. Do your job. Do your job. They don't. Yeah. It was a long weekend. It was a really long weekend.
It was a long weekend.
It was so long. So that's my finished objects. And then what do you have finished objects?
So I just bound off the Bow in the Sky.
Oh, it's so
by Courtney
pretty.
Kelley. This was a local yarn store kit, I believe.
Yes, I think we still have like one or 2 left.
We do have some, and I have to admit, I mean, I was getting a little bored with the gray part because it just you know, you kind of start out, like you were saying, small.
Yeah.
And then it was okay. And then it just, like, was
Then you get to here and you're like, I have a million stitches.
And it's boring because it's just great. No offense. I like pink, so.
I know. She was itching to get to this stripe.
Yes. And
this
then
stripe.
Really quick, once the colors came in, it went quickly. And then I didn't realize that there was, like, a lace
I love the lace edging.
So I started from one side, and then you kind of bind off going this way.
Yeah.
And it looks so cute with it.
It looks so cute. It's so, like, so pretty.
It still needs to be blocked, and I have to weave in a bunch of ends still. But it's done. Yay!
It's done. It's beautiful. And it's got little picots, so when you block it...
Well, when Kathleen blocks it.
When Kathleen blocks it. Hat tip. Kathleen will block things.
Especially if they're store samples.
Yeah. Store samples. She'll also block things for money.
Oh, this is also a store sample. I probably should have mentioned that.
So you'll be able to see this. Oh, it's so
and
pretty,
try it on.
though.
It's very fluffy because it's just pretty much slip stitches and stockinette. So it went
the purling back.
Yes.
It's the purling back.
But I don't mind it if it's colorful.
Yeah.
I just kind of got stuck in the gray land.
And this panel right here, this big gray panel.
It kind of started in this panel.
Pink. Yellow. Teal. Yeah, right here.
It's so pretty.
The big, it's
and then I was
so
like, oh,
pretty.
back to the color, and then no, back to the gray.
It's going to be a good size, too. So wait, if you hold it there.
I thought it was going to be tiny.
It's going to be a nice,
but
it'll be a nice size.
I think because of the slip stitches, it's just so springy.
Yeah, it compresses. I know, I can't stop squishing it.
It's very fluffy. And, I mean, fluffy. It would be nice because this is a Kelborn wool. Yeah. It's perennial. We don't carry it right now, but it was really nice to work with. It's a really
pretty, I love their yarns. I love their yarns. They just have beautiful things. I mean, we do have a couple more, I think maybe 2 or 3 kits of this left.
Right. And there's one
I might be off on numbers.
That has, like, they're not all this color. Some are gray. Gray with the green, gold, and I think cream.
Yes, that sounds right.
So it's like more of a classic look. Yeah.
Yeah, bluey greenies.
But this one's kind of like
so pretty.
Pop in your face color.
So pretty. I love that.
Yay,
I love that neon pink.
I
was going to say, between the coral and the pink, this is totally your color.
Yeah, that's why I picked this one, not the green one.
Yeah, you're like, not the green.
No.
That's for Jen.
Pink and coral.
I love it.
Yes.
What else you got?
And I guess this is the last one. I wasn't going to show this, but
I made her.
I also did one of those for real cowls.
Oh, and the pretty red.
And it took me, I want to say like 2 hours, not even.
I'm not lying.
So fast.
See, it's not just me. People
and I'm not a fast knitter.
They give me looks and they're like, "You're a fast knitter," and I'm like, "I am a fast knitter," but like,
I'm not a super fast knitter.
And like, isn't it nice?
You just go back and forth,
right? And it's so easy. How did you join this one?
So I actually started this after I watched your last podcast. So I kept it provisional. You know, I kept it on waste yarn on one side, and I kept it on the needle. And I just clipped it so I didn't have to deal with it.
Right.
So then I just garter stitched around, and then I Kitchenered it together.
Love it. So you did a provisional cast on over a needle, and then just ignored it until you got to where you needed to do, because that way you don't have to unpick anything.
Yeah, and it's not that long, so it was fine. Just for me, anyway. Yeah. Just kind of leaving the needle in because it was only 2 hours, and then
you're done. You're not carting it around for 8 weeks. You're just like boop, boop, boop.
I actually did another one of these, half the stitches in the light blue.
Oh, I love the light blue.
For my daughter, because this comes up, up to here, and she would just be like, no.
She's not having it.
No. But I just cast on 18 and made it a little bit less, and I didn't even use a full skein.
Nice. So you can make like a short little
2/3 of a skein, I think.
Nice.
And then, of course, my son was like, I like how this feels. So I was like, okay, they have like a gray if you don't want the blue.
Yeah.
So I think our whole family is going to be
rocking
and
it's
these.
Warm.
It is really warm.
Right? Because it just traps the air. It's so pretty. I love the red on you.
Oh, thanks.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, I think that's all I have.
Nice.
Maybe. I mean, I have a gazillion more, but not here.
Well,
I have so many on the needles or on the hooks.
On the needles, on the hooks, on the everything.
Yes.
Well, we're also going to talk now a little bit about what's new in store. And we mentioned the jewel buttons, but we also got a shipment of jewel closures, including shawl cuffs. Ooh. So I'm going to show the new shawl cuff that this might be the one that I'm going home with today. It is metallic leather. Ooh. I don't know if you can see. But like, how pretty is that?
It's like a thick.
It's like a thicker.
Inch long.
But feel how soft.
Ooh.
I think it's hematite, and it's another shawl cuff that you can just. Here, let me see if I can do this. With the ends that I have yet to weave in. I wouldn't necessarily pair these two colors together, but look, it's gray and metallic. They're from my favorite. And it just snaps around.
Yeah, I'm kind of loving that.
Right? Actually, you probably could pair it together. And it just
hangs
out. And so you can take your shawl off. You can arrange it.
Oh, I love it.
And then we also have, so we have the narrow ones, the hematite leather cuff, which I cannot remember how much it is, but Amanda, if she thinks about it, we'll put it here. And then we also have the double snap 2-inch wide
which
cuff.
is gorgeous. I think I like the thicker,
right? The thicker one. And just like a little cuffy band. Isn't that pretty?
That's really nice.
These are new. Like, feel how soft that are. They're ridiculous.
It's like butter on the inside.
It is. I love these things. And then we also have a restock of a couple of our favorite designs, including the oval. Thank you. Including we have the round wire oval ring shawl cuff. That's a lot of words. This is the one that's like a carabiner.
Right.
And wraps twice, which I really like. And this may also be coming home. Because I had my eye on one and then somebody else bought it. And I'm like, all right, fine. So this.
Gotta be quick.
This piece of leather with this cool little oval carabiner thingy, and so you wrap it twice, and you can go through as well, and then the carabiner opens and you pop it through, and it's this neat little shawl cuff.
Yeah, that's really nice.
I know, and I like the espresso. And then we also have the regular snap cups, which are the same design as the hematite ones, but I think that's espresso. And it's the same thing. You could wrap it twice.
I'm wearing a dark shirt, so
I know it's hard to say where you're like. There we go. And then we also have the penannular brooch, which are really cool. It's really hard to tell if these are getting blown out or not, but we'll figure it out. And these are like a classic kind of Celtic design, where it's a brooch that has this little guy spins, so you can put it on and it goes through the hole. Let's see if I can do this, and then you spin it and it stays put.
Oh, that's neat.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Which these are really pretty, and they're great ways to use your shawls and style your shawls or style anything. Really lovely. I love the jewel stuff.
I do too.
I am going to walk home with this. Sorry, folks.
It is a nice one.
We have more. We have more. But I also, these are great gifts.
Definitely.
And I anticipate them going quickly. So if you want them, come in.
Right. And not just for knitters or crocheters. I mean, anyone who wears anything knitted or crocheted.
Right? Or even like you can use these for like woven shawls too, or if you have scarves or anything like that. Let's see, what else do we have? We talked a little bit about the Stargazer brushed from Amanda's Mittens, which would be a good option. These are in store and we have a bunch of colors. I feel like I want to make a cowl out of this.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Like a big,
so soft,
poofy, warm thing. This would, I feel like it's worsted. It'll go quick.
Yeah.
Another
Is that
good
worsted?
gift.
Oh,
It
wow.
is worsted.
It looks like a bulky.
It does, doesn't it? But it's so poofy. So it says 16 to 20 inches to 16 to 20 stitches over 4 inches. So it's like a worsted to an Aran weight. I bet you can knit it bulkier too and have it be a little bit loose. It's floofy.
It is floofy.
We have our new issue of Pom Pom in store.
Which is so pretty.
It's
I love this.
so pretty. I love that pattern on the front. Love that. And it's train.
It's really
it's the
nice.
winter 2019. I feel like Amanda's going to end up making this. Right? Doesn't it look like her?
I could see that.
Oh, it does.
But it doesn't have like the shaping that she likes.
No, she'll throw that in. This is what happens when you start like making sweaters. You're like, oh, I think I like waist shaping. Let's do that.
Lovely.
And then our biggest thing that's new in store. I don't know. Can you grab it?
Oh my goodness.
I know. Isn't that crazy? We have the Cricut weaving loom. These are $195. These are fantastic tabletop looms, so you can start weaving and add another craft into your run. But the nice thing about this kind of weaving, it's a heddle loom, is that you can use warp it with a skein of fingering and then weave it with a skein of fingering, or weave it with your leftovers or your short things, and have like a gorgeous long scarf without investing the time that it might take to knit or crochet it.
Right.
So this has everything you need to start weaving. And I feel like Amanda is I know Amanda is also going to start doing this because she told us. Because she was like, I want to weave. And we're like, all right.
It's gorgeous. The things that people can make.
Right?
And it's also Cricut. Isn't this portable too?
It is portable, so you can take it with you.
Right.
And it's not heavy.
No.
And it's just, let's see if same image. So you can see it just rests on the table. You can also get a stand. We can order you a stand. So you can sit at a chair and weave in front of the table and everything like that. It's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yay, weavers.
I know. And we already talked a little bit about the 12 Days of Winter Knit Along and how we're down to the last couple of kits. So don't miss that. And then I think, do we have anything else? That might be it.
I don't think so.
That might be it. So anyway, thank you for joining us, and thank you for meeting Vivian.
Thanks for having me on.
Yay, we're so happy you're here. And don't forget to like and subscribe us down that way. And also follow us on Instagram at Shop Yarnia, Facebook, we're Yarnia LLC, Snapchat, we're Shop Yarnia, and you can always sign up for our newsletter, which gets sent out once a week by me. By going to our website, which is shopyarnia.com, and scrolling all the way down to the bottom and sending us your email address. But in the meantime, happy crafting, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.